Hi friends, it's Belinda here from Be Making Joy and welcome to my channel. This is episode 18 of What Brings Me Joy, a mostly knitting podcast. This episode will be posted on Wednesday, October 18th. So happy Whip Wednesday. And this is where I usually come to you every second week to share my knitting progress or anything else that's bringing me joy. Throughout the month of October, we're coming to you every week to talk about the Geo Gradient Mystery Knit Along shawl by Stephen West that I'm participating in. On this episode, we also are announcing the winner of this skein of yarn. And first, it's usually customary to talk about what I'm wearing. So this top is a pattern that I released back in July, the Elana Seafoam crop top. And this skirt I just released on Monday. Let me get my footstool here. This is the coordinating skirt for it. It comes just below the knees. Let me lift my knee there. There you see. It has a elastic waistband with a button closure. It's knit from the waistband down. And here's the bottom trim of it. That seafoam stitch that I love so much. The same stitch that was in the arm of this top. Now this pattern is now released on my Ravelry and Etsy shops. Plus I also have a sale set up in both shops. If you purchase 2 or more patterns, so you can get both pieces or anything, 2 of any of my patterns, 2 or more gets you 25% off your total purchase from now until November 15th. So let's talk about this skirt. Both patterns use DK weight yarn. I've used Nettle Soft from Ancient Arts in these 2 pieces. Okay, I've gone and fetched Bianca. Bianca's wearing the samples I made first for my daughter, Elana, hence why these garments are named after her. They were her inspiration pretty much. As I was playing with the seafoam stitch, she guided me with ideas of what to do with it. So, named after her. And Elana's are made in stuff we had in stash. We have Lion Brand Kobu in the top, and we have Karen Cloud Cakes in the bottom. A polyester, and this is a cotton bamboo blend for the top. I recommend you use a strong fiber for the waist, for the skirt. This one is 100% polyester. It's holding up quite well. Elana's worn it quite a few times. I've used 4mm needles to a gauge of 20 stitches to the 4 inches. I think I said the skirt's knit in the round from the waist down. The top is knit in the round from the waist up, split at the armholes for the front and back, and then stitches picked up around the armhole to knit the sleeve down. And both patterns include links to video tutorials. Yeah. Again, I'll have links in the show notes to my Ravelry store and my Etsy store to these patterns, and the discount sale runs until November 15th. Now, besides getting that organized, I've been focusing on the Geo Gradient MCal. And I gotta say, my joy is coming back. Most of that, I think, is from my yarn choices. So soft, how soft they are, and how well the colors are coming together. I am loving it. These yarns, these solid purples, are a merino cashmere silk blend, and the variegated is a merino yak silk blend. Those are also soft, and these are limited edition colors that can't be replaced. So, enjoying it. This was clue 1, the center square. How am I going to hold this? The center square, radiating from the center outward. And then we took the live stitches on this side of a center square and knit off in this direction. And then we took these live stitches and knit off in this direction with these little stripes. Eyelet stripes and reverse stockinette stripes. The center was all garter stitch. And as we did that, we made an I-cord edging here and down here. So we've got kind of an elongated hexagon now. Stephen refers to this shape as a lozenge, a cough drop shape. Yeah, okay. So that was the end of clue 2. And as we wait for clue 3, it's left to our imagination which way this goes. I'm guessing this way, and I'm guessing these live stitches will keep knitting outward. But I could be wrong. Because just because he's finished off this edge doesn't mean he won't come back and pick up stitches along that edge and do something in the other direction. Who knows? So, waiting for clue 3. He says clue 3 and clue 4 get more exciting. This part was very easy knitting. Of course, the garter stitch in the round. Once you get started in the center, it's very easy. And then this was just simple yarn overs to make the eyelets. Increases and decreases to keep the shape. And the I-cord. And whatever stitch he does, his video tutorials are so clear. So very well done. Even though he had to edit them after he changed the clue for clue 1. He put it together so quickly and they're so well done. So looking forward to clue 3. You probably noticed that I didn't weave in my ends. I used to weave in my ends as I go, as I knit. Let's just weave them in like Stephen does. But I don't do that anymore. I mean, 35 years ago, that's the way I did it. Now I've learned how to weave them in with a needle so that they're nearly invisible. And that's what I'm going to do, because I've been finding with the weaving Steving, as he calls it, especially for fingering weight yarn, it distorts my stitches when I do that. So I've just dig in for a couple of stitches just to lock those ends, and now I'm going to start weaving them in. I've got a day while I wait for clue 3, so maybe I'll do that today while we're editing and uploading this. Anyway, there's the front again. Loving it. What else is there to say about it? I don't know. These 3 solid colors are called purple carrots, and then the variegated one is was specially dyed for the Edmonton Gathering Threads Festival. So limited edition yarns no longer available. Well, I guess the yarns itself are, the colors are not. Anyway, that's the only knitting that I've done, except for maybe a few more inches on my purse sock. That's the pattern that lives in my purse, a project that lives in my purse. Hockey games tend to be the only place I've been working on that recently. So, slowly but surely. Anyway, I have no new acquisitions this episode, but I have a new yarn for one of you. So this is the color of the month for October, given by Ancient Arts Yarns in Calgary. I asked for contest entries on episode 17, and I explained all the inspiration behind her colorway on episode 18. So it's Bone Church is what this colorway was called. It's on the Sock Natal blend. I got 3 entries on that contest, so I'm going to just roll a die, which I need to go fetch. I'll roll a die until I get a 1, 2, or 3 and pick the contest winner that way. We're just getting started. This is my first time doing a giveaway. I'm looking forward to doing this again sometime. I'm very happy for those 3 comments that I got. Thank you so much for sharing what brings you joy. And hopefully we do it in the future. We can get more. I'm guessing that a lot of you are a lot like me. don't tend to comment on other podcasts or posts very often, and when I do, I spend a lot of time editing my comment, overthinking every word that I write. Yeah, I'm very, very shy. Even in face-to-face conversations, I'm trying to think first about what I want to say, so I don't often participate a lot. But, yeah, you probably even noticed in here that I have to keep looking at my notes. But I only have a few circles in which I'm totally at ease. But the knitting world is one of those spots there I'm getting much, much more comfortable with. Anyway, here's the yarn. And I will show you the 3 comments. I will go fetch a dice and we'll try this again. Okay, here's my die. Looks like it might have been chewed up a little bit by the cat, but hopefully it rolls nicely. Let's see. Ah! I'm failing. Okay, move to the table. More room, less glare. Let's see. We're trying to get a 1, 2, or 3. That was a 5. It's over here in the screen. Oh dear. There we go, a 1. So that would be, my first post came from Sarah. Sarah and Patch Stitches. So congratulations, Sarah. Oh, there, my very low-tech way of doing this. But thank you, Sarah. Sarah is my winner. Sarah, if you would please email me at bemakingjoy@gmail.com and give me your full mailing address, and I will pop this off into the mail for you. So you can look for a purple bag, because I love purple. And thank you so very much for your comment. I asked to share what brings me joy. And Sarah said, love the shawl. It is beautiful. I am knitting and crocheting family birthday presents, which I love doing. I'm also considering the West MCAL, but I'm a new knitter. We'll see what happens. So Sarah, I wonder, did you start the MCAL? Are you still interested in the MCAL? Like I said, Stephen does wonderful tutorials to go along with his knitting. So if you're interested in trying, or if you want to wait and see how it all looks at the end before you start trying, I really do recommend this so far. Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining me. I'll see you next week, and happy knitting, crocheting, woodworking, sewing, drawing, painting, whatever it is that you like to do, go find some joy.